So in the lesson that I have planned for you today, a really fun lesson, we're going to learn how to think and play like a drummer. I need you to stick with me because I also have a really cool download for you to practice along with. It's a GarageBand track, link in the description. Let's dive in. So playing and thinking like a drummer, what does this mean? Does this mean taking drumsticks and hitting on your guitar? No, what it really means is to understand how they're responding to rhythm and meter. So in order to understand this best, we need to dive into GarageBand, take a look at the different parts of the drum kit. Let's check it out. Alright, so let's take a look at the drum kit. There are 7 components to a drum kit. We have what's called a crash, high toms, ride, low tom, kick, snare, and also a hi-hat. Now, those 7 different components of the drum kit can be broken down into 2 basic categories. We have what are called the timekeepers, which is the kick, the snare, and the hi-hat or the ride, and the filmmakers, which are the toms and the crash cymbals. Now, how do we play like a drummer? Well, what we're going to do, and I have a track created for us here that we're going to play along to, we're going to respond to that rhythm and that track by treating the different strings as if they're different parts of a drum kit. So this would be our kick drum, the lower parts of the strings. The higher parts of the strings, or let's say the upper 3 strings, that's going to be the snare. Let's take a look at the pattern that I've created for you, and I'm going to name the drums as they're being played. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, snare, snare. So at the very end of that 2-measure pattern, I have a fill. So it's going to end up being kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, snare, snare. All right, now let's pick a chord to add this because after all, we're guitar players and we play chords, right? So I'm going to play along with this after 4. I'm only going to use the G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, 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 kick. All right, so you can see how when I respond to that low thump of a kick drum, I'm playing the low strings, and that high snap of a snare drum, I'm hitting the upper 3 strings. Now I know these rhythms can get a little bit more complicated in this, and we'll talk about probably that in a different lesson, but today we're just going to be playing along with this track and learning how to respond and play like a drummer. Let's try this together after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, repeat. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, snare, snare. And that's pretty much how you want to think about it. You want to think about the different parts of the drums that are mainly being played, the kick and the snare, as being different parts of the guitar that we're going to play when we're playing our rhythm pattern. So as you can see from the lesson today, strumming really isn't about constant movement and guessing. It's about feeling the beat like a drummer does and responding to different parts of the guitar in the same way that a drummer responds to different parts of their drum kit. So I need you to do me a favor, like, subscribe, drop a comment below if this lesson helped you, and don't forget to follow the link to my website. I have that GarageBand play-along track that we used today. I would love for you to download that onto your iOS device, your iPhone, your iPad, and practice along with it. So do you still feel like your strumming takes a little bit too much effort? Like your arm is stiff and tense and maybe you're fighting the rhythm? Well, I have another video for you. Watch the next video. I'll show you exactly how to make your strumming feel smooth, relaxed, and automatic, even with tricky patterns. Thank you for watching and have a great day.